If you're looking for a crossover that's safe, practical, and easy to drive around town, the Volvo XC60 should be near the top of your list. I'm Tom Baker, this is Chasing Cars, and today I'm driving the Volvo XC60, a premium SUV that is the most popular and most important car in Australia for the Swedish brand. Now, while Volvo makes both smaller and larger SUVs, the XC60 follows what we might call the Goldilocks principle. Not too big, not too small, but just right for most families. However, the XC60 is an older car compared to its closest rivals, the Audi Q5 and BMW X3. So, does the XC60 still have what it takes to compete? The cabin of the XC60 has recently been updated to bring it into line with the interior of the excellent new V40 hatchback. We liked that interior and things get even more comfortable in here. It starts with the seats. Volvo seats are superbly comfortable and the XC60 gets big, supportive and comfortable seats in the front and the back. There's also plenty of reach adjustment in the steering wheel so almost everybody can get comfortable. We just wish that wheel went a little bit lower. Volvo's unique floating centre stack is here too, finished in an attractive brushed metal. The layout of the buttons is polarising within the industry, but I think it works well. The central high-definition colour screen is controlled through these buttons here, while the climate control system couldn't be easier to operate with these buttons here. Of course, all models get Bluetooth to stream music from your phone, which sounds really crisp through the base audio system. And check out these dials. They're not mechanical, in fact they're just a screen, so you can do things like change the theme from this conservative grey to this racy red. Our biggest complaint about the V40 hatchback was the limited room in the back for adults or taller kids, and this problem has been rectified in the XC60. If you have teens, then this car should be much closer to the mark. For somebody like me at 6'0", I have heaps of headroom, and legroom is also okay. And why don't we talk about the price of the XC60 while we're back here? Well, the cheapest way in is with a T5 Kinetic, which is often available for just $60,000 on road, which is good value. The diesels start at about $64,000 on road, and if you really wanted to, you could price up a top-of-the-range T6 R Design, which would set you back almost $90,000. With the back seats up, the Volvo XC60's boot offers a fair amount of room with 495 litres of space. Fold the second row though, which is easy, like this. And this capacity triples to nearly 1,500 litres and a fully flat floor, perfect for a stack of luggage, perhaps some camping equipment, or maybe even a few boxes from that famous flat pack furniture store. And you know how passionate I am about that. Volvos with diesel engines haven't always been great, and I'm pleased to report that the XC60 D4 breaks with that tradition. This XC60 with the smallest diesel ticks all the right boxes. It's very efficient, it's pretty quiet, and it has a lot of torque, which makes motoring a breeze. But you're not constrained to the D4. In fact, there are 5 engines available, 2 diesels and 3 petrols. The D4 is the most economical with 120 kilowatts of power and 400 newton meters of torque, but the best diesel is the twin-turbo D5. The most fun is had from the petrol inline 6 T6 R Design, which has a massive 242 kilowatts of power. None of them feel slow though, even though this D4 posts a leisurely 10-second sprint to 100 kilometers per hour, which is masked through big initial torque. The 6-speed conventional automatic is a little bit slow though, which can make fast overtaking a chore. Handling is another positive in the XC60. The chassis is taut, which means the car corners in a flat and predictable manner. Body roll is also impressively minimal despite the height of this car. The D4 and T5 are front-wheel drive only, which is fine for most people around town, but if you want it, the T6 and D5 are both all-wheel drive for a bit of extra security. Where things start to get less refined is the quality of the ride. Good cornering is often traded off at the expense of comfort, and that's true here in the XC60. This car just doesn't handle bumps and ruts in the road like a BMW X3 or a Lexus RX. In fact, potholes are far too noticeable in the cabin. Fuel consumption is listed at 6.9 litres per 100 kilometres for the XC60 D4, and this claim is pretty accurate. Over our week with the car, we found that 8 litres per 100 kilometres in town is perfectly achievable, which is great. Safety is never a problem in Volvos, and the XC60 continues this fine tradition with 8 airbags and an enormous range of active safety features. Standard ones include body roll control, brake assist, and a really smart system called City Safety, which essentially senses pedestrians and slow or stopped vehicles in town and can stop the car for you. The Volvo XC60 deserves its popularity. It's attractive and family friendly, and compared to the alternatives, it represents good value too. We recommend the XC60, particularly in diesel form. To read more about the Volvo XC60 and many more new cars, click here.